Welcome back, friends. I'm Mellow Seven. This is Football Manager 2018, and we are at PFK Montana. We're coming in on the last match of the preliminary season. We've decided to find out if we're going to go to the Champions group or the relegation group, but I decided to bring us back here. Yet another bug, issue, problem with the conversation. Okay, so when they map out these conversations, they have all your answers and then all their answers, and there's a map that goes through them. They need to debug it because it's not even a little bit right. Nothing follows. Everything is non sequitur, right? So I just had this conversation with, if I can find it here, somebody with him. Where is it? It's interesting because it just had it. Well, we had it with Krum Vidanov. Let's go here. Let's see if we can find my history, conversation history. Okay. Well, I guess I had it with Ivan here, and we did arrange one for him. Do you see Krum Vidanov anywhere on here? I don't. Yeah, me either. And yet, apparently I had a fight with him. Squad dynamics is tough enough in this game without this stuff happening. I think he's already loan listed even. Loan status. He is. So not only have I not told him he will not be loaned out, he's actually already loan listed. So what is this about? A conversation that didn't exist for a result that doesn't exist. Don't know. All right, let's take a look, see what's happening other than this type of stuff. Well, let's look at dynamics real quick. So we come in on the end of the season. Match cohesion is good. Locker room atmosphere is average. He was sent on his coaching course, by the way. Something else. He was actually, he's in it right now. Yeah, this was another one. He came and they said, oh, you didn't send him. And I had a conversation with him. Sorry, I forgot. I'll do it right now. Set him up and he said, I hate you. And I'm like, but I just gave you what you asked for. And so now he's unhappy at not being sent on the promised coaching course that he's actually on right now, as we speak. Krum Vidanov, again, unhappy, wants to go on a loan. Well, he's loan listed. I didn't have a conversation with him, but okay. We have a lot of players that want to go on a loan. And every single one of them is either loan listed or, in the case of Mario Blagoev, transfer listed. In fact, he's on the unwanted list anyway. So yeah, I'm not really sure what's going on with this because all of this is pretty much wrong right now. A little bit frustrating. But does it tell us whether he's on the course right now? Considering his options. But maybe past his best. Interesting. Information, maybe it'll tell us there. Journeyman, coaching qualifications, studying for National B license. There you go. And yet he's unhappy at not being sent on the promised coaching course that it says he's on right now. All right, let's see how we've done. So you guys saw this one, I believe, right? The win against Barostar Zagora. We followed that up with a 1-1 draw against Botev Plovdiv. This was a little bit frustrating. We just never really got going. Orchev got the 1 goal. Very, very late. Very, very late. And in fact, on this goal, was it this one? I think it was this one. We had 2 players very, very offsides, including Orchev. Still gave us the goal. But clearly the offside. Let's see. Let's verify that. Let's look. Field goals. Shouldn't take too long. There's only 2 of them. We'll watch theirs and we'll watch ours. It's either this game or the next game. They've killed the sound on the highlights now for these. For a while, it would come back on. As soon as you clicked field, it would come up. Or as soon as you clicked visit the game, the audio would come up and then it wouldn't go away. Now it just doesn't come on at all. That was their fix. Onsides were both offsides before the pass went off. So 2 players offsides on that one. But yeah, so I guess that was their fix for that, was they couldn't figure out why it was staying on, so they just killed audio altogether. Anyway, went on to Vtora Liga, won that one 2-1. Coco got a goal early. He was horrible in the last game, by the way. 6-4, we subbed him off for Petkov, who was equally horrible. And Dimitar Georgiev was bad, so we subbed him in for Hristov, who was forgettable. But that's a step up from bad. All right, so Vtora Liga. Coco made good. Got a goal this time. Iliev got another goal as well, but he got injured in this game. Unfortunately, he's out 3 to 6 weeks, I believe. And they got a goal there in the 57. So we got 2. They snuck one back in, and that was kind of hung on to that one. Pierre Blago, they're in like 12th or 13th place in this match, and yet we played badly. I mean, see Dimitar here he picked up a knock in that one. We started Petkov as the striker. Supposedly he plays it. We put in Antonov as a sub because Petkov was terrible. And again, Hristov came in for Georgiev again and went from bad to forgettable. And we got this young man a little chance to a sub because Sergey was pretty horrible too. I felt a little weird there for a second. A little short of breath. I'm too worked up over my offsides and my horrible players and my conversations that didn't exist. All right, so we are left with Lokomotiv Plovdiv. This is the last game of the preliminary phase. We I believe are in 6th place at the moment, which would put us in the Champions group. So if we win that, we're in. Right? Clearly got them on both wins and goal differential right now. If we win, obviously, our goal differential, we'll still have them on wins. So future's in our hands. We can be in the Champions group if we want. We just have to beat Botev. So I think, first of all, we haven't seen much from Petkov. So I think, because we can, we're going to put Miroslav Antonov in. He doesn't have a contract with us going forward. A number of people have offered him contracts. He's turned them all down. So this may be, with Iliev injured, this may be kind of the last chance we have to see Antonov as a starter. So I say we give him the start in honor of the great service that he's given us over the years. And let's take a look, speaking of that, of his history with us. So he's been with us essentially the 3 years that we've been here. He's been here. So you can see the first year he got us 16 goals in 23 appearances, 10 assists, 5 players of the match. Played very well. Second season, 9 goals, 2 assists. 19 games. Still played pretty well. This season, he hasn't been able to really crack into the top group. He's a little older. He's a little slower. But you can see he has played for Montana throughout his career. He always comes back. He's gone to Israel a few times. He's played for some other Bulgarian teams. But we're coming towards the end here. I will check information here. Also has his National B license, interestingly enough. So potentially he could stay a coach for us. But we are favored personnel for him. So I think we give him, we already did it, right? We get him to start there. We've got Petkov on the bench there. We're not missing anybody out here that we absolutely need. Nedelchev is not on the bench. I don't really care. I think that'll do it. Injured. Do we take him off to put somebody else on? Like Yachev. Let's put Yachev on. He's played well for us. All right. So let's hit continue. We got a couple days here, but it goes pretty fast. We already had him listed. That's the other thing I don't like. Why doesn't the reporters come to me and say, such and such is complaining that he's not getting loaned, that you won't transfer or loan list him, and yet he's loan listed. Why do you think that is? That would be a better question. Why is he going to the media to complain about something that's already been granted? I'm sure we now have a promise to loan him out. In fact, I bet you if we come here, promises, there we go. Except he's dropped it. Look at that. We completed it and he dropped it. So he's complaining about us loan listing him like we offered, but he's already dropped the request. Interesting. And apparently I promised Coco that his job was safe when he was injured last time, which I said, don't worry about it. You know, your job is safe. I didn't realize that was going to become a promise. So it's a good thing we've started him every game he's been back. And I've got 175 days to find a loan for Ivan. Nobody wants these players. There's a reason they're not getting loaned out. Interestingly enough, I started a save on a Nigerian team just for a private save. And every single person on the reserve team was loaned out when I took over. Every single, they didn't have a single active player on their loan, on the reserve team. I think it's an under 21 team because they had something like 14 players loaned out from it, maybe even a couple more. And then they had something like a 38 member starting team. And despite that, they had 6 players that needed a rest when I got the job. They have the biggest roster I've ever seen, and yet they're running a couple players into the ground, and then everybody in the reserves was on loan. It was hilarious. Annoying, but hilarious. All right. And now I've had a fight with Blagovev, who is not loan listed because he's transfer listed. But again, didn't we just see promises? He's dropped it. Sports Interactive, fix that. I mean, like I said, dealing with this stuff is bad enough because this is just, look, it's already dropped. We've gone from here to here. We've got unhappy public demanding to do something for a request that we granted and that they've dropped. Oh my gosh. Nedelchev, he's fine. All right. Click again. There we go. Only took 2 clicks that time. Miguel Caesar. You know, I've never looked at this. Let's look at international instructions. What could we do? 45, which I don't need any of that. That's fine. Interesting though. We could say 45 minutes if we wanted to. I don't know that I ever would. All right. This is essentially there's a special term for this where you have the special game for the player on their way out. And I cannot for the life of me remember what it is right now. Why are we huge underdogs? We were favored for a game we clearly shouldn't have been, and now we're underdogs to Lokomotiv Plovdiv, despite the fact we're much higher on the league table, and we're in 3rd place in the league last season. I don't know. Fix that too, please. All right, slow start. We've had one shot, and it was a long shot, not on target. They've had 1 shot, also not on target, but they missed from closer. I don't know if that's better or worse, to be honest. All right, he was offsides. That was not. That was not. That was a good shot. Went far side. Goalie made a dive, but just couldn't quite get there in time. Well done. Everybody's over here. Goalkeeper's over here. His position's okay. We feed it over to Baldy. Wasn't the fastest, but he just went far side. The goalkeeper moved up to take away the near side, but none of our defensive players moved to take away space. And so he had all that room to go far side. So that's a positioning issue from our defense here. Ishmael Issa charging up. Kolev gets that one, though, feeds it up to Antonev. Antonev puts it out to Coco. Up to Orchev. Georgiev. There we go. Kolev on the outside. Goes all the way across to Sergey. Sergey gets a head on it. Antonev gets a head on it. Oh. He wasn't even giving it to fans because there's nobody out there. That's pretty lonely and sad. Just a soccer ball bouncing around in the empty bleachers. While somehow the same sound that plays when there's 20 or 40,000 screaming fans plays for the 150 that are there. Coco, come on, Coco. Let's see some magic here, buddy. Or that. Something. Aitov already has his yellow. And gets completely just taken down. Kiki. We need Kiki and Coco. That would be awesome. Oh my gosh, we got lucky there. We got lucky there. Again, our defense just completely collapses. Does terrible, but they miss. We've both have had a clear-cut chance. Both 4 shots. Well, they've had 5 now. Pretty even match all told. They have had a boost in... I'm going to demand more. Had a slight boost in possession, but not a lot. All right, Antonev gets it over to Aitov. Aitov all the way out to... Well, I was going to say all the way out, but it really wasn't. We had to come running way back. Coco! Oh, my gosh. Coco puts it hard past the left side. 2 clear-cut chances, and yet we did finally get a shot on target. It's sad when you have a clear-cut chance, and yet you can't even put it on target. I mean, it's one thing if the goalkeeper makes a big save or something, but if you've got a clear-cut chance and you can't do that, there's a problem. He was offsides when that pass came in. But, and our goalkeeper did nothing? He just stood there. The ball bounced off his feet, he didn't move, rolled to his left, and he didn't move. All right, he's standing there. Ball comes in, doesn't do anything. Hey, Miles, goalkeeper's fixed? Oh my gosh. This is an embarrassment. The whole episode's been an embarrassment. Apparently, quality control isn't big at Sports Interactive. Testing conversations is pretty basic quality control. It's about as basic as it gets. The goalkeepers understand. As much crap as I give them for it, I understand. That's a very hard thing to program, but conversations not so much. Where are we now? We're still in 6th place, oddly enough. But that's because everybody behind us has a match in hand. So dressing room, talk to team, aggressive. It hasn't been Miroslav, really, that's failed. It's been Coco. And, okay, we're going to do some tactics here. We're not changing things, but we are putting different people in. Georgiev. Okay. There we go. I don't really like making 2 subs at half, but we're down 2 goals already. And we're showing no signs of getting better. And it'd be nicer to be in the top half than the bottom half. Although, it'd be interesting to see how the bottom half tournament works, but I'd really rather not risk it. As much as I believe it would be more interesting and better video, probably. But we've got one more season that we need to reach. Aitov into Hristov. Out to Petkov. Petkov is there. Feeds the cross in. Yes, there we go. We're geniuses. Look at that. Instantly, Hristov and Petkov make the difference. Sergey gets the goal, but there we go. We're back in this one. Had a little trouble with the first touch there, but once he's got the handle on it, beautiful feed out to Petkov. In for Sergey or Georgiev. There we go. I mean, every one of our changes right there we saw. Either one of them was going to get that. So we have had 2 clear-cut chances. They've had 2. We both have had a half chance. Shots are pretty equal, 10-9. Long shots pretty equal. This is where they pull away. and absolutely crush us. Goalkeeper played that well. That was just a hell of a shot. That's what it's coming down to. Not blaming anything on that except you got to give Umar Bayev, however it is, you got to give him his due. That was a hell of a shot. And that's probably it for us. That's the nail in the coffin, I believe. Man more. I'm not going overload. I will do this, though. Maybe. I'm going to try. We've got, 30 minutes left. Get ahead on it. Let's control this. There we go. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, we were all offside, so he just played it back. That's what happened there, I think. That's what happened. There we go. But now we're not. Oh, Georgiev, you had to hang on to that. You have to get back on side. Oh, that was our goal. That's why. Never mind. Never mind. Our players aren't the only ones that have brain farts and completely forget where they are in the field. It's not just the goalkeeper. It's also the coach. That's right. We swip sides at half. That happens. This is only like my 101st game coached on this save, okay? I've never seen this before. Christov's injured. He'll be fine. All right, let's try this again. How about on their side? Oh, my gosh, that was... Well, not. It was worth the chance. We are on attack and overload, and... Well, we're not on overload, but... You got to take some risk. That was terrible, though. Why did you... He just let the ball go past. There you go. Good job, Mihov, taking that away. Come on, Petkov, what do you got? No, it's that way, guy. It's that way. There we go. Up to Georgiev. Little pause. Waits for people to catch up. Hristov's got it. Into Aitov. Up to Orachev. There we go. Oh, Orachev didn't take the shot. I'm a little bit... Oh, Sergey breaks through. We have people charging in. Georgiev gets ahead on it. He just rolls it over the top, but then it dropped inside the net. There's a hole in that back corner. That's what we learned. There's a hole on the top of that net. They need to fix that. And I have to pause because there's a lot of noise happening out there. Never mind. Never mind. We have this, it's like a big tarpy tablecloth thing, right? It's on the floor because we've been dog sitting. And Shorty likes to claim my my lazy boy. He likes to pee right on the carpet next to it so the other dogs know it's his lazy boy. But we just replaced the carpet. And so we put this plastic tarp thing there. And my cat is all wrapped up into it. It's like wrapping paper for her. So Jello is having a good time out there because the dogs are sleeping here so she can do whatever she wants. There we go. Beautiful. Good job. Golubev, that was perfect. Out to Sergey. It would have been nice if we could have got him on the run. Oh, that was... Good defensive play is what that was. Didn't quite... Oh, there we go. Nice tackle there. Interception there. Petkov's got this one. Up to Georgiev. I wish he would have just tapped it down on the edge rather than throwing it in the middle where all their guys were. Sergey gets up on that one. Hristov. There's a reason... And Georgiev is just standing there. He hasn't moved. What is going on this game? I might have to submit this whole game in because this is just... This is a mess. We've had two players just freeze, to just stop playing and just stand in the field. Goalkeeper, now a striker. Both of which did it at critical times. That's the worst I've seen the match engine, to be honest, in the 300 and whatever odd hours we have into it so far. This is the first, and we just had a player more through our goalkeeper. This is the first real... And Petkov fell down. I guess he was taking a dive because he fell down long after the tackle was over and the guy had already run past him. This is by far the worst the match engine has been since we've been playing. That was pretty terrible too. But that's why you put pressure on people. They make mistakes. Oh, I'm not sure the highlight should have ended there. That was clearly still in danger. And Hristov is down. Okay. Here. Here. Would you rather be an inside? Yes. Yeah, Oh, never mind. The match engine really fell down on this one. Botev, Slava, Sof. Well, I mean, I think we can say that, but realistically, I don't know how much of this was our. Oh, that was pretty bad. I can't do it here. The match engine really failed in that match, I would say. It was pretty bad. So, but we got to make sure he knows that he did not do well. Discipline for poor performance, issue a warning. Sergey played very well, though, and had the goal. Wasn't a 9, though, so I don't think we need to poke him out. So let's hit continue and see where we end up, because clearly our future's not in our hands now, right? If Sofia or Botev Plovdiv win, we lose. We go down. We win the tiebreaker against Sarko-Selo, but the other two, that was good of him. Say he just stopped playing. Sergey's been a great servant. Yada yada yada. Yeah, the whole game kind of broke this time, right? The whole conversation tree went gone. The promise thing is gone. Players are just standing around. Nietzschev is not going to ever be a starter. He's not fast enough to be on the outside. He's not good enough to be on the inside. Sarko lost. We're still in 6th at the moment. But the two that we care about... Oh, do they play each other? Oh, that's going to suck. Because I guess they could have a draw. Why is the squad unhappy? Poor locker room atmosphere. Why is Vidinov looking to force a way out? Okay, that's fine. You know what? Remove from that. And you are now on the unwanted list. Seller release. Blagovev, seller release. Why have they not been released? Exactly. They're happy, confident, and determined to succeed. And again, all of this is based on those conversations that don't exist, right? That whole situation is manufactured off of bugs. And there's no way to break it, unfortunately, when there's a bug. And look at that. Nobody wants him. There's no interest. And now I've made a promise to sell him. No, I made a promise to release him. I just don't know. And we lost. Well, we didn't. I mean, we did lose, but Botev Plovdiv has jumped up. So we're going to be in the bottom half here, which is interesting. And again, I don't know why these... And again, we're continuing the bug. So the bugs just pile on and pile on and pile on and pile on. And we'll just keep lying. But again, we're playing damage control for stuff that shouldn't exist. I think both of those players right now, are they already off? I don't think either of them's on this team. So they're already down on the reserves. So I was going to say, I guarantee they came down, but relegation stage is drawn. So we're in Group B with Pirin, Sarko-Selo, Sofia, and Cherno Morvarna. Okay. There we go. So we completed that. We made sure that Skekic did not lose his job as the starting goalie for Montenegro. We got him enough starts to keep him in their good graces. Oh my gosh. How long have we been talking? We've been talking 30 minutes. All right. Had another fight. Imagine that. Don't know why. We'll remove him from, and he's even on the development list. So, you know, they're trying actively to get him there, but he's no longer on the development list. Now he's on the unwanted list, sell or release. And if you failed to sell him, why are they not being released? I could do it, but that's the rules of the game. Even if it's bugs that have created this problem. And it just keeps rolling. It just keeps going. There we go. Alexiov agrees to terminal. I can't even talk. Contract terminations. There's one of them gone. What did it cost us? $500. 500 pounds, excuse me. So let's hit continue here one or two more times and just see if how much more of this is going to continue to blow up in our face. Well, we got 5 conversations here. Doesn't look like any more is. Okay, so we've seen a couple things. First of all, horrible bugs in the conversation tree. And sometimes you don't even get to the conversation tree before that bug happens. So that's one thing. However, if you're not playing a YouTube channel, a video for YouTube, and you're not playing by specific rules, and you got caught up in this sort of thing, you can just dump the player. You could just release them on a free. You know, that's a possibility. They may or may not accept it. You could go, if you have paid for the DLC for the in-game editor, you can come here and you can say remove all unhappiness, and that's going to clear all of this out. And you can do that for the whole team, essentially, right? So if you just get trapped in this never-ending bug, and that'll clear all of these out, and then locker room atmosphere will instantly. In fact, here, let's save really quick, and I'll show you. I'll show you kind of the fix actions for this problem if you get stuck in this sort of thing on your own. We just have to wait for the really slow save. So, first thing, you can come here and you just go remove all unhappiness. So, now they're still concerned, but they're no longer unhappy. Okay, so that should fix that. And we no longer have the problem with the locker room atmosphere complaint, right? That's gone. So you can see this is going to start to come up. At the moment, it hasn't gone up because we just removed the cause of it, but we still can flip it around. So that's one thing you can do. I think you could also go to individual players and we can just dump them. We can move them to another club if we want, right? We can say, okay, that's a problem. We can just terminate their contract here as well if we wanted to. So there are ways using the editor around this. And obviously also, if you're not playing by rules where the general manager has to, you can just release on a free. You can try that. Let's see what happens if we hit continue. Given free transfer. So there you go. So that would fix that as well. So we could go right down the list of unhappy people. He's gone now. We could come to Crumb, transfer, contract, release on a free, and let's see, contract, it's release on a free, and contract, release on a free, hit continue. And in theory, all that should go away. Now, those guys were under direction to be released on a free if we couldn't find a buyer for them. So I'm not quite sure why they were not released. Blago have been on that list for over a season and was never released. Multiple opportunities and off times to do it. So I'm not sure why the general manager didn't follow that direction. That may be another bug. And then we can look here. It's on the way up. We have no unhappy players. All that is fixed, assuming we wanted to do that. So is what it is. Let's take a look at our schedule real fast. Obviously, we saved. We're not playing this little bit. We'll back up. But you can see we play a round robin. We play everybody once. Looks like home and away on each of them. We end with 2 homes and 1 away. So I think that's pretty good for us. And we just have to finish in the top 2, I guess, right? All right. Long episode. I'm sorry. We'll fix that later. Well, we can't fix it. It is what it is. But it's longer than I meant. We're not going to save that. We'll go back and unload. But anyway, interesting to see how the bugs really came out in this episode. And of course, don't forget, we still have the bug where our board has actually taken away our board expectation for the league. Because I had one at the beginning of the season and it has gone away. This bug was supposedly fixed. Whether you need a new save for that fix to be active, I don't know. Like once you have the bug, do you have that bug in perpetuity till you start a new game? I'm not sure. They didn't clarify. It didn't say that in the patch notes. It just said that it was a bug and it was fixed. But we're not seeing that here. So we should have something like this, but we're not. So this has been a really buggy save for us. We've really apparently stressed the game and the game engine, the match engine. So, oh well, that's okay. Sometimes it's part of, playing games that get updated every year. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this one. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Don't forget to subscribe, ring the bell if you want notifications, and we will see you next time. Cheers.